It's a great win by a resilient football team that deserved it based on how we practiced this week and really how we practiced all bye week. Didn't question, how many reps we were taking during the bye week or how hard we were practicing or doing anything like that. They just came out and did what we asked them to do, and they were very, very resilient, and couldn't be more proud of that team right there. So, questions?
Coach, your defense played outstanding tonight. What do you think was the best part about their performance? Was it getting stops on third down? You guys held them to a very poor third down efficiency rate. Was it the sacks? Was it, just creating havoc on the line? What do you think was the best part about the defense tonight?
Yes, all of the above. No, I thought that, but the way you put it kind of shows what the best part really was, is we played team defense. You look at how many plays we made in the secondary. They kept trying to pick on number 20, and he kept responding over and over and over and over again. They'd make a play, and our guys would, say no more, after that. So I just thought we played great team defense. I thought our D-line played very, very well. Our linebackers were where they were supposed to be. There was a couple times where we missed some tackles, but we played so hard. You go back and you look at that one at the end, where they ended up scoring a touchdown anyway, but go look at who made the tackle. It was our defensive end made the tackle on their slot receiver about, 60 yards down the field? I'd have to look at it. His long was 33, so I guess it was 33 yards down the field. Our defensive end makes the tackle, which is, that's great team defense, and that shows a lot of culture that we're building in this program, and makes me proud.
How happy are you for the kids and your staff? The guys have been so close, and to finally be rewarded with the win.
Yeah, exactly. That's who I'm happy for. I'm happy for the kids in there, and I told them before the game that I wanted them to envision. Well, we'll go back. I talked about toughness, and I talked about, one thing for me in toughness is that you believe in the reward so much that there is no pain that isn't worth it. That's what real toughness is. And I wanted them to think about how good it would feel to come in that locker room after a win. And, there was no pain, emotional, mental, or physical, that was going to be not worth that feeling with your brothers. And, I don't know if I'm right about a whole lot of things, but I was right about that, because that was worth it.
If that's what you told them before the game, what did you tell them when they got the reward?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot you're going to tell them after the game. They were waiting for me, and they're yelling, and again, I don't dance, so I think they want me to dance, which is, side note, which means that they think I'm an old man, right, because they want to make fun of the old guy dancing, and I can't even dance that well, so I'm not, I've seen videos, Dabo dancing and Mac Brown, those guys would put me to shame, and I don't feel like getting embarrassed. So we just do the mosh pit thing, and they beat me up pretty good. There was a 305-pound guy on my back. I did not know I could still squat that much, but I could. I did it. And so it was pretty awesome. I think my speech after the game was about 37 seconds long. I don't know if you can say anything that's going to capture that feeling that they just being able to celebrate again was, that's probably all the words we need.
30 seconds to go, tie game, midfield, fourth down. Are you surprised Skip went for it?
No, I would have too. I thought it was the right call. You gotta go win the game. You gotta win the game. Play. I know that's a thing. But he has a chance to go win that football game right there. Go for it. Go try to win the game. They get that, and then now they're 7 yards away from a possible field goal to win it. Do you really want to go into, I'm sure their backup quarterback is prepared to play the game, and he did a pretty nice job when he was in there. But, their backup quarterback's in there. He's got them to a place where they've got a chance to win it. Their defense has been playing pretty well, and to think that, he's probably thinking to himself, hey, we can stop them from going 20 yards. He trusts his defense, just like when I went forward at midfield, on one of those too. So, obviously he's been doing it a lot longer than me. And so he doesn't need me to say that was the right decision or not, but I told our defense when it happened, I said, he's going to go for this. This is happening. So, I wasn't surprised at all.
Coach, you talked about how you would have went for it too. You got to go win the game. He went and made that decision. Obviously, it resulted in you guys getting the ball back and giving you another chance to go win the game. How do you think your offense executed that final drive? What do you guys?
Yeah, really well. I mean, that's why I didn't run the clock down for the game-tying field goal. I figured, hey, if we stop them here, we still have 3 timeouts and we're going to have a chance to go win it. So I thought our offense executed really well. I told them before the play happened, hey, we're going to stop them here and we need about 20 yards, and we've got this formula that tells us how many plays, I mean, it's not like we type anything in, it's in my head. And we know how many plays we're going to have and all those sort of things. And like most formulas on this planet, it was right on. It was exactly how many plays we had. And it was, it worked out pretty well. That's, that first completion is obviously a big play. And that's really, we did that a bunch. We made those, we didn't make the routine plays all the time, but we sure made some big ones. And that was a huge part of it.
When Lemarion runs that kickoff back, is the first thing you're looking for is a flag?
No. The first thing I was looking for is to make sure no one ran on the field. I ran out there and tried to make sure no one else was going to go out there. And then the second thing I was looking for was to make sure LJ got off the field, because I know how long he'd been waiting to make an impact play like that. And, did a great job. There was some great blocking. He read it right, and it was a big-time play, and then he let his natural abilities take over. So that was a heck of a play by him, and our kickoff return unit has been close a couple times, and so it was nice to see that happen. And then you saw what it did to them after that. They had to, kind of go to their other kicker and kind of kick the ball all over the field and, allowed us to have some good field position.
Nick Rice, you were saying in the post-game on the radio, you told him it might come down to fourth.
Well, I told him at halftime that's why I wanted to kick. I told Dom I trusted him to get that first kickoff a little bit deeper than he did, because I trust his ability to kick into the wind. But I told Nick I wanted the wind in the fourth quarter. A lot of times I'll take the wind, to start the drive off, to start the field position off, but I wanted the wind in the fourth quarter, and the wind actually switched on me there, so I almost screwed it up. But thank goodness we have a giant American flag on the wind end zone, so I was able to go up there and check. So, we got it switched around, and I told Nick that was what it was gonna come down to. And for a kid to make a game-tying field goal, minute 52, and then the game winner, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. So I was proud of him, and obviously I told you guys many times before that I have a lot of confidence in him, and I was just so happy for him that he was able to hit that one.
I mean, special teams as a whole kind of played a big role today.
Yeah, they made some plays on special teams too.
Yeah.
One of them was because I'm an idiot, and the other ones, they made some plays. I thought that I should have called timeout on the one where they faked it. Coach Holtz was, hey, listen, sometimes I lose my one-on-one matchups too, and on that one, Coach Holtz got me. There might be some other ones where maybe he says I got him later and things like that, but he certainly got me on that one. Live and learn. But I think that we responded, and we did some big things. But Coach Smith does a great job with our special teams. But I think all of our coaches really buy into it. I probably coach special teams harder than I do anything else, and the guys probably really get annoyed at how hard I coach special teams. But it also makes them buy in, and they know how important it is.
Coach, I want to ask you specifically about Zach Kuntz. I know you guys both have Penn State background. What's it like watching him kind of meld into this program now, becoming a fan favorite? Everyone was chanting Kuntz when he was catching the ball. What's it like? How are the guys and you supporting him as he tries to blend into this program? You're doing a very good job of it.
I don't really know anybody who doesn't love Zach. I get text messages all the time from Mike Gesicki and Nick Bowers and all sorts of guys playing in the NFL, just saying, make sure I'm feeding Zach and all those sort of things. So everyone loves him. The guys in this program love him. He's a guy who, he didn't come in here and expect, any special treatment or whatever. He didn't even start till, midway through. And that tight end room in general, Coach Mines does such a terrific job, and it's no secret that tight ends are my favorite position. I'm pretty open about it, right? It's either offensive line or tight ends or D line. Like, I like those guys are in the I kind of wish that I had been bigger and tougher and a little bit more athletic, so I could have played one of those positions. But I just think that Dante Anthony, the way that he has played this year, the effort he's given, how he has supported Zach, all those, it's been a special deal. It's been pretty awesome, and just so happy for that entire room.
Ricky, I think this was the program's first FBS in just about exactly 3 calendar years. What does that mean in terms of gaining faith and confidence in you and your staff and your process?
Means we went 1-0 this week. It means that we, the guys, one thing we can point to is we did have a bye week, so we had more than our normal number of practices. And of all those practices, I thought we had a good practice, an excellent practice, I should say, on all but one day. Right? So the bye week helped us out because we were able to overcome that one day because we had an extra couple practices. So I think the thing I'm going to be able to point to is the fact that we're not always going to be able to overcome that. So we need to make sure that we have the good practices every day and those sort of things. But I don't think it's about, I think this team has faith in our process, has faith in our coaching staff. I'm just, happy that we're able to go 1-0. And, you always learn from games, win, lose, or draw. But I'm not naive enough to think that it's a lot more fun to learn when you win. You know what I mean? I mean, when you lose, it might be something that sticks with you for a while. But man, it's a lot more fun to learn lessons when you win games. And so we're 1-0 this week. We'll have a lot of fun tonight, and then get up in the morning, get ready to go 1-0 again.
Ricky, in the first half, Zach had a couple of drops. He had that ball that was taken away from him, and you called him over and talked to him. What did you? And he played outstanding the rest of the game. What did you tell him?
I just told him to quit trying to do too much. He was trying to. He was trying to get 105 yards of receiving on every play, and so I just told him to stop trying to do too much, just be you. No one on this team wants you to be anything but Zach. You don't need to be superhuman. You don't need to do anything like that. You just need to be yourself. You need to be the guy we expect you to be. That's all I told him. I'm not going to rip him. And I know, but I will say this, and I can think of guys in my head right now. I know Mike Gesicki would say, well, you ripped me, so, there's, in my younger days, when I was young and dumb, and I probably would have ripped him right there. It's a little bit easier to rip him when you're on a phone, though. You don't have everybody watching you. It's a little bit easier to lose it then, but, I've learned that doesn't really help. These guys aren't, I'm going to lose my cool on a kid when he does something that is selfish and that doesn't put the program in the right light. If he just doesn't make a play, that's a whole nother thing.
Coach, how do you evaluate Hayden's performance tonight in his second start of the season?
Yeah, I thought Hayden made big plays when he needed to make them. That completion at the end of the game is a heck of a throw. He made a couple other ones on third down in the game tying drive. He made a heck of a throw. There's some other times when there's some plays that are left out there that we need to make. Sometimes as you get more experience, and I know I was this way as a quarterback, sometimes you start, when you go in there for the first couple times, you're just kind of reacting to what you see and you know what's happening and you're just kind of playing and free-flowing a little bit. And then as you start to get more, sometimes that knowledge can paralyze you a little bit too. So we just got to continue to have him, because no one's going to prepare harder than him, right? So we've just got to make sure that he's preparing and we're giving him the answers and giving him the confidence to go out there and make the plays necessary. And like I said, when we needed plays, he sure made them. And I think that's a sign of a real competitor, because when our team needed it, he made them.
You had one possession that I think was 20 plays, took 10 minutes.
30 plays.
Was it 30?
Yeah, I think so.
Get out of here.
I thought it was 20.
No, it's got to be 20.
No way.
30. I've had a 19. I've called one 19 play possession before, and I needed like an IV after. So I'm not. So I'm quite sure that our offensive line definitely needed one after that. A 10-minute drive is an awesome deal. It's so funny. I'm like in it. I couldn't even tell you when that was.
I think it was the game time field goal.
Game time field goal.
Well, geez.
It was only 56
Maybe
yards.
it would have been 20 if we scored a touchdown. Yeah, so, I mean, it's a good deal. I mean, obviously, we were able to get some first downs, and that was, being able to keep the defense off the field, because the defense was on the field for a long time there at times, and they just kept battling, and so to see our offense come through like that at the end of the game, I know it really energized our defense, and you should have seen them. They all knew they were going to get that stop and give our offense a chance to go win this game, and they knew that we were going to win it in regulation. Our defense did, which is just awesome. So I was happy for that.
Coach, so we talked about learning from losses. Based on this win, just first initial reaction, what are some things you've learned from this win?
Well, I mean, I think one thing we learned is, again, that, we're able to run the ball when we want to and things like that. I think we also learned that we do have a mentally tough team, that we have a team that's going to be resilient and those sort of things. And I think the other thing that we learned is that we have a team that plays for each other and really does do this for the right reasons. And I think that that's something that's, probably you wish it wasn't rare, but it might be rare in today's day and age. So, these guys play for each other, and experiencing that win was so important, so that they could experience it with each other, and that was pretty awesome.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Left to right, linebacker Jordan Young, tight end Zach Coots, game-winning field goal kicker Nick Rice.
Nick, that wasn't a chip shot. What was going through your mind there lining up for that game winner?
Just wanted to get everyone on the same page going out there with our timeout. We knew the situation we were in, and I was happy to see us execute.
Nick, were you going around the locker room after that win telling your teammates you had ice in your veins?
No, I jumped around a few times, no doubt.
Did they almost kill you when they cuffed you in the corner?
I almost passed out in the corner by the cannon. A lot of people, I was wearing a long sleeve, so I had to take a breather. I was like, hey, give me a second.
Nick, there was a lot of pressure, last play of the game. It was a long kick. What were you thinking as you lined up for it, and then La Tech called a timeout?
Yeah, what I would say to that is it wasn't a lot of pressure on myself. Our defense did a really good job of holding them in that last 30 seconds right at midfield to give us that opportunity to have the offense drive down a couple yards and set up that game-winning field goal. So for me, it was everyone had already done the hard work to get us there. It was just time to close the show.
Zach, I asked Coach earlier about how it was like watching you grow into this program. You become a fan favorite. Everyone chants Kuntz when you catch the ball. What's it been like for you growing into this program, and how does that type of stuff make you feel?
It's definitely awesome to kind of be embraced by everybody. I mean, just when I first got here, all the guys took me in. Obviously, I have previous relationships with some of the coaches, so that was a great opportunity for me coming in. Just kind of getting my foot in the door from that perspective instead of starting kind of from scratch. But it's been great. I love the fans, all of us. We love bringing home a win for the fans here, especially for these seniors. Gotten to know them pretty well over the time I've been here thus far, but it's been a great transition.
Zach, I mean, this is the first FBS win for this program in practically 3 years. I mean, just chew on that. I mean, how does that feel?
No, it's awesome. It's awesome for Coach Ronnie to get that win. All our coaches and like I said, for our seniors, they deserve it. So I'm glad we get it done.
Jordan, the first win since 2018. How does it feel?
I mean, it's awesome. I had the date in my mind for a long time, November 10th, 2018, against North Texas, and sitting there thinking about that, and to finally go out there, play a full game, execute at the highest level, and finally reap the rewards of all the hard work, pain, sweat, and tears that we put in. It's just an awesome feeling. I'm happy moving forward and setting the foundation for the rest of the guys, and just really seeing what ODU can be when we're on top and we're winning.
What about you, Nick? You were on that 2018 team too.
Yeah, I was. Really good to see a win. Really good. I also like Jordan. I knew the date. So it's good for us to come in here. We have a whole new program. So it's not even like us just getting that next win, but that was kind of felt like our first win, especially for a lot of guys. A lot of guys haven't had that win yet. So it felt good to get it under the belt. More to come.
Jordan, yeah, but compared to that team, to this team, it just seems like the camaraderie on the sidelines, everybody's kind of rallying around each other. I mean, is it a big difference between then and now with the camaraderie amongst your teammates?
I mean, it's just really win, lose, or draw. We're really just a band of brothers. I mean, we stick together through everything, no matter what. Nobody's really putting anybody down, or locker room's not really divided. We're really picking up each other no matter what happens, and just leaning on one another no matter what.
Nick, I don't think I've talked to you since the Buffalo game, and I'm sure you were pretty dejected after that. How do you manage the highs and lows involved in being a kicker?
You know what you sign up for. You know, you're not going to make every kick. You hope it's not going to be you that misses the extra point, but sometimes it is. The cool thing is, like, no one on the team talked down to me. No one on the team discouraged me. Everyone was super positive. Everyone gave me their own little side piece about what the upcoming week is going to be like for all of us. And it helped make a quick transition back to being where we should be.
So when you're standing over that kick tonight, that never crossed your mind?
No.
How much confidence do you guys have when you see them running out there to win?
100%. No doubt in my mind.
I got all the faith in the world. Nick's won games for us in the before. We call it the Rice-Tastic game or whatever it was back in the day. So got all the faith in the world in Nick.
Zach, you had a couple of drops, and obviously that ball taken away from you. Nicholas Ronnie called you over, and I think you caught like 8 or 9 passes after that. He said he told you to be yourself. What did you take away from that?
I mean, yeah, that was. I mean, simple as it was. He just said, you know, just relax and just play your game. He said you don't never try to do too much. You know, we got 11 guys out there that are all putting their best foot forward. But I was thankful to kind of get in the groove, kind of shake that off, especially going into halftime. It's a great time to kind of reset. Our mentality is just 0-0, regardless of what the score is. So for me, it kind of tailed 2 halves. Would like to be a little more consistent, obviously, throughout the whole game. But plenty of things to work on moving forward.
Jordan, you guys technically have an outside shot at bowl eligibility still. Is that something you guys ever think about or talk about?
I mean, we know it's there, but really just taking it one step at a time, one game at a time. Like I said, it's a one-and-no mentality for our program, and so really we're just on to the next game and ready for FIU.
I knew you were going to say that.
Jordan, the defense played lights out all night. When coach decided to go for a field goal and tie it late, and that put everything back in you guys' hands, what does that do for the morale of you guys, knowing that he trusts you guys to not let them get the lead back and just give the ball back to your offense?
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, he told us in the huddle before we went out that if we get to stop right here, that we're going to win the game, and that was our mentality going in, to get them off the field, get our offense back the ball, give us a shot to win, and we went out there and executed and got it done.
Anything else for these guys? All right, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.